I'm going camping this weekend, and some people tell me that I bring too much camping gear when I go camping. Is there any truth to that? No.
There's a road that leads right out of town.
I went camping just recently to a couple of my favorite spots in Australia to go camping. And now I'm going camping again to almost those same spots. Why? Well, there's a couple reasons. The first is I've taken a few weeks break from work and that's almost over, and I just want to get another camping trip in. The other reason is it wasn't a great trip for reasons that I may or may not get into in my next video. To be honest, I'll probably forget about it. But with good weather on the horizon, I want to make sure I get in a camping trip that I'm looking back on and saying, man, that was a good trip. And of course, the first thing you do when you do a camping trip is you do a camping trip gear video. So let's get right into it. What am I using? I have this table broken down into a couple of different sections. Over here we have the sleep system and tent and whatnot. Here we have kind of the cooking stuff, and over there the clothing and other necessary things. So let's start from this side. First up is the tent. I use the Big Agnes Copper Spur 2. This is not the current version. This is kind of last year's version, which is an absolutely fantastic tent. I kind of wish I had the new one because it comes with shorter poles. These are the poles that this one comes from. They're a little difficult to fit in my panniers. The new poles would be better. I reached out to Big Agnes to see if they would sell me just the poles, and they told me to pound sand, which isn't terribly surprising. But that said, the Copper Spur is an absolutely fantastic tent. It's what I would consider a moderate high-end tent. So don't buy this unless you know you're really into camping and you're going to use it a bunch of times every year. But this is a fantastic tent. I absolutely love it. Next up is the sleeping bag. This is obviously not the storage sack I'll be carrying it in, but this is the Big Agnes Diamond Park 15. For my money, the best sleeping bag ever made. Big Agnes has discontinued this. Boo, Big Agnes. This is an incredible bag. Bring it back. They have a similar one. I don't remember what it's called. Maybe the Echo Park, but it's synthetic down instead of real down, and real down is better. Now that sleeping bag is good for most weather conditions, but when it starts getting really cold, I like to have a quilt with me. And Get Out Gear's down puffy blanket is really excellent. It comes in a nice little bag with a carabiner, and it has snaps on it so you can use it as a poncho. So if you're just hanging around the campfire and it's getting a little too chilly, just throw that on. You can keep it on the rest of the night until you're ready to get into bed. Of course, if you have a sleeping bag, you need a sleeping pad, and I'm using the Q-Core by Big Agnes. I'm a big fan of Big Agnes products. But this one, I don't know if I would buy this one again. Don't get me wrong, it's a really good sleeping pad, but there are others that you can get that are just as good and just as well insulated. I think this has an R4 rating, but are a little cheaper, that just don't cost as much. Still a good sleeping pad. The Nemo Fillow, basically the pillow that everybody's using now. It's so good. It's so good. It's so comfortable. This bag is built into it, and I would say this bag is the worst part of the whole thing because it's a pain to get it back in here the next morning. But sometimes you have to deal with some discomfort for a little bit of luxury, and in my opinion, this is one of the best pillows you can buy. I've never had a problem getting a good night's sleep with this. I have a Sea to Summit pillow. This is a backup pillow, and yeah, what more do you need to say about that? It's not quite as nice as the Nemo Fillow, but it's still a pretty good pillow. What happens if it rains, Raj? Well, I bring a tarp. This is by a company, I guess they're called Free Soldier. I don't remember much about buying this, but it's a pretty good tarp. It's 3 meters by 3 meters. Nothing especially special about this. Get this one or get another one. Either way, I'm sure you'll be fine. Finally, when you're going to be setting up around the campfire, you're going to need a chair. And this is, I don't know which one this is. This is the Big 6 camp chair by Big Agnes. Yep, this is the last of the Big Agnes advertisements. I am not sponsored by them, I swear. But this is a fantastic chair. It's pretty big. It's really comfortable to lean back into. And at first, I was looking for a different chair just because of the size of this. There's no way this will fit into either of my panniers or into my top box. But you can see this little Velcro strap around it. I just lash it right to one of the grab handles on the bike, and it actually works out really well. So, moving into the cooking stuff, titanium pots. One is a little bit bigger than the other. They stack, they have a lid. There's not really much more you need to know about them. There's a million different kinds of these. One is 700 mil, the other is 400. They have this nice little mesh bag that you can put them in. This is one of my favorite things. This is my fire pit. A lot of times in Australia, it's not legal to make a fire right on the ground. So you have to have a fire pit. And this one is really easy to set up and packs down really flat. And obviously, I didn't clean it the last time I was out. But that's it. It's fully set up. There's actually a little grill that goes in here that's on the bike right now. I didn't bring it inside, but you know. This is by a company called Winnerwell, and I'm a big fan of this, except for just it's a little bit cumbersome to pack. You can see the shape of it when it's packed up is kind of odd, but it lashes down onto the top of my top box, and from that standpoint, it works pretty well. I've also purchased a grill that goes on top of it. I think I'm only going to take one half this time. I don't think I'm going to bring both halves. I don't think there's any point to having two halves. And that'll allow me to get any cooking done I need to do. This is just a simple, basic camp table. I don't have any idea what brand it is. I think it cost me about $25 or $30. You know, one of these is a good thing to have along. The final thing that I pack in the cooking and food area, my flask. This is not a flask that you would think you would want to bring on a camping trip because it's kind of like crystal glass. It's made by a company called RagProper. I know nothing about them, but the flask, actually really nice. It's survived a couple of drops. What's in it right now? That is my go-to bourbon, Buffalo Trace. One thing about this is I only drink when I camp, and I only have, you know, probably a total of about a shot each time I go camping. I've had this flask for 2 years now. I've only fully filled it twice. Next up is my flashlight, my Imalent flashlight. This is an absolutely fantastic bit of kit. Now, if you watched my last camping gear video, I had some issues with this because it was burning through the battery even when it was shut off. I reached out to Imalent and they just replaced it, no questions asked, even though it was like 6 months out of the warranty. So big props to them. You can just get this through Amazon. That's where I got it. 4 presses to arm it, or in other words, 4 presses to make it so you can't accidentally turn it on. And then it gives you a 3,000 lumen beam. And if that's not enough, a double press and bam, 13,000 lumens. You are blinding anyone near you. Very neatly wrapped paracord. This is by the Bear Essentials Outdoor Co. That's B-E-A-R Essentials. They're a nice Canadian company. The guy who owns this company, I think he owns the company, has a great channel where he talks about knots. If you're into, you know, tying knots, it's a great channel to check out. You can see it's never actually been used. I don't want to use it unless I absolutely have to because I love how neatly it's wrapped up. But I'll use this with the tarp if it starts to rain and it'll keep the rain off me. Next up, my clothes. So this is a compression sack. I don't really need a compression sack for this trip, but it's a really nice way to keep clothes organized. It's by a company called Nomatic. It came with a backpack that I bought with them. I was thoroughly unimpressed with the backpack, but this compression sack is a nice thing to have. I have my socks and underwear in one side. The other side, I have a couple of t-shirts. I'm gonna throw a pair of jeans in there. It's gonna get chilly, so I'll throw a pair of tights and a sweater in there too. It's got plenty of room in there. Now the great thing about this is it's the perfect size to go into my Touratech bag. This is the bag that goes into my top box, and you take this and you throw it in there. It fits perfectly on the bottom. I think I have this on the smaller size. Yes, I do. Let me expand that. There we go. Yep. So that puts all my clothing right in there, keeps it safe and tidy. Now the next thing I have is my EDC kit, my everyday carry kit. The internet seems to really love everyday carry stuff right now. What do I have in it? I'm just gonna go through this really quickly. So I have a pretty cool light, a pen, a ferro rod, my Benchmade folding knife. In the back here I have a little pad. I have my head flashlight thing. I have a lighter, and this is my flex tail inflator. This is the new one. This is the super light one. It's actually the 2.0, but you can see for some reason it says 1.0 on it. I think that means 1 ounce. But this is a great inflator. It's super light. I had another flex tail that I actually still have, and it's in my tent bag. The reason it's in there is because it's a light and an inflator, and I still use it as a light inside my tent. But when I would use it as an inflator, the little adapter ring would get stuck in the intake of my sleeping pad, and it was a little bit of a pain to dig out. The last thing I have in here are, little fire starters. They make getting the fire going easier. They light with the ferro rod. You feel like a real camping guy. I'm gonna do a longer bit just on this because I know people love the EDC stuff. I think it'll actually be a short, but I got the idea for this kit from another rider, and I'll credit him in there. Oh, you can also see my backpacker's bidet. You stuff this thing into the top of a water bottle and just squoosh, washes everything out if you don't have a good diet. I've been eating pretty healthy lately, so I'm not worried about that. Next, I have my toiletries kit. Pretty simple toiletries. Toilet paper, toothpaste, dental floss. I have a couple dental, I have a dental pick in there as well because I have a whole routine that I do. This is excellent for holding on to shampoo if you're going to be showering. I don't think I am. I don't think it's going to be that long a trip. Super, super cheap toothbrush that I'm going to have to clean before I use. It's a Harry Potter toothbrush. Ooh, I've never actually seen Harry Potter. And then a couple of breathe rights because I have had my nose broken so many times that I only have about 30% capacity through it, and breathe rights really help me sleep. Of course, I'm always bringing my earplugs for the longer parts of the trip. I'll be using, these are both custom-made earplugs by Ultimate Ear, great company. These are wired and have dual audio drivers in them, great for listening to music or podcasts or even talking to other people. And that wire can be a little bit of faff when you're just putting it on. So if I'm just going from camp into town for a minute, I'll just use my regular earplugs. They're just quicker and easier to put in, a little less to worry about. Okay, on my last camping trip, I lost one of my favorite sandals, and I noticed my friend that I went camping with was wearing a pair of these. These are Keens, and I don't know what model these are or anything, but man, they're super comfortable. So I went out and picked up a pair of my own. Okay, we're in the home stretch now. If I need to power anything up, I have my Anker Power Brick. This thing is amazing. This holds 27,000 milliamp hours of power. It's got dual USB-C chargers and one USB-A charger, which is really convenient if you're charging something like this. This is my microphone case, and it will act as a power bank. So if you're charging it up, you can't use USB-C because the power will be trying to go each way. So you use the USB-A to USB-C cable, and it charges this just fine. I don't usually I can just charge this up at the beginning of the trip and it'll stay charged all the way through. But you know, you never know. My B-roll camera, this is my Insta360. The one I'm filming on right now is my main camera. It's a DJI Osmo Action 4, I think. I think it's the 4. I think the current one is the 5. If the current one is the 6, then this is the 5. But you know, who cares? I already showed you, but these are my DJI mic minis. I'm really interested in the mic 3s just because they have 32-bit float and I am an audio guy. And finally, lastly, the last thing, my spork. It's titanium. Who makes it? It's by a company called Toaks, T-O-A-K-S. Nice little bit of kit. If you're having one of those bag meals, it lets you reach all the way down in there and stir it up. And if you're not, well, that's fine. It's just a spoon or a fork. It's not that complicated. Oh, actually, the last and final thing is this. My hard shell glasses case. I am hard on glasses. Having a hard shell case, especially when I go camping, is essential. Otherwise, these won't come back alive. All right, well, that's pretty much it. As I alluded to before, it has been hinted to me that I bring too much stuff, but I don't think I do. I use everything that I bring. I'm comfortable and I'm happy, and that's all I need to be. Let me show you what it looks like all packed up and on the bike now. And there it is, fully packed up and ready to go. Still think I'm carrying too much gear? All right, well, thanks for coming along for this journey, folks, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video and are interested in all things GS, moto camping, and mods by somebody who should not be wrenching on a bike, do please hit like and subscribe. And there is an affiliate link down below if you're interested in Innov products. All right, I'll see you next time when we start out on the trip.